There was recently an interview with Suge Knight in prison. The Art of Dialogue straight up asked Suge, did you see the shooter and did he work for death row? First of all, he said there was more than one person involved, and he said they were black people, and they did not work for death row. Now, Suge is working on a new documentary, and maybe he's going to name names in that documentary. We'll see. But we have a shit ton of more facts to get to. Hang on. None of the alleged shooters, the people they've said so far, none of them worked for death row. So you can cross all them off your list. It wasn't Orlando Anderson or Keefe D. They didn't work there. This is what Suge said happened the night of the shooting. Reggie's boy K-Dub, this dude right here, he cut him off in traffic, like in the crosswalk. He stopped at the light in front of him and blocked him off. Did you know that night, Snoop had one of the walkie-talkies that Tupac security used? Well, Warren G, he was over at Snoop's house. They was watching the fights that night, and he said that they heard this whole thing go down on that walkie-talkie. Snoop and Tupac, they had just got into it right before this, and Tupac, he swung on Snoop. And here's where Diddy comes in, because yes, he was involved. Allegedly, he was involved too. Snoop and Diddy have both been feuding with Tupac. Gene Deal, which is Diddy's security guard, who is all over YouTube telling his business. Anyway, Gene Deal said that he saw Diddy write $1 million check to Eric Vaughn. They call him Zip. And when Eric Vaughn, Zip, when he was asked, why did Diddy write you that $1 million check? He said that it was for a record label that he sold Diddy. Gene Deal's his bodyguard, okay? Diddy's bodyguard. And he's been around for a long time and knows all his business. He sees the shit nobody's supposed to see. This dude Zip had been around for a long time too. He said he never knew him to have a record label. You think that somebody that connected and that inside the circle would have knew if that dude had a record label? That would have been common knowledge. Especially because all those guys are into music. And Orlando Anderson, he was in the hospital at the time of the shooting. He's on camera at the hospital with a broken leg or something. If you want to know the real truth about the Tupac shit, about the Diddy shit, go listen to Gene Deal and Choke No Joke. He tells a lot of stuff about the Tupac stuff. There's hundreds of interviews with Suge Knight at this point on YouTube. And Suge Knight's got a documentary entitled American Nightmare, and he tells all kinds of stuff in it. You can go check it out. And apparently Suge Knight had an insurance policy on Tupac for $51 million. I mean, Suge was already rich, but if you ask me, his two biggest haters got together and conspired against him to kill him. Chrissy's court of opinion, K-Dub and Diddy are definitely guilty, and they conspired to have Tupac murdered, essentially, and they wanted to take Suge out too, and Suge was supposed to die, and they couldn't kill him, or they weren't successful in killing him. So what they do? They sent him to prison. They'll get rid of you one way or another, if they really want to. Debate this. What's your theory? Who killed Tupac?